Hey everyone, I hope you guys, everyone's doing okay. Today is a beautiful day outside, and I have like half an hour on my hands, or maybe an hour. And today I'm going to show you guys how to delete the balance shaft off of the oil pump, and I'm going to show you guys all the tools that you're gonna need to do this. Okay, so let's see the tools and the parts you're gonna need. So obviously you're gonna need the pump itself. You're gonna need a torque wrench. The bigger the better. So to just break loose like 2 bolts. You can maybe do it with a normal ratchet, but it's gonna be more difficult. You're gonna need the plier to hold the shaft itself in one position while you're torquing it down. You're gonna need the hammer to hammer this little piece right in. You're gonna need a flathead screwdriver to undo this plate over here, or you have the tool for this specific plate. It's even better. It should be like a 6 or 8 teeth socket something. You just put it on and then you undo it. I was using just a normal flathead screwdriver. Also, I was using thread locker for the inner bolt that's over here. Also, you're gonna need a Permatex, like a gasket maker that's tolerant with the oil. For this fake plate over here, because we have to block this this balance shaft hole. I was using some assembly lube to lubricate the shaft over here, and of course brake cleaner and fresh towel or shop rag or something, just to clean the parts that you're about to install. Well, basically this is all the things you guys need to do a balance shaft delete, or just a fresh pump and you're trying to delete the balance shaft. If you guys already have the balance shaft installed, you can look up another video, but basically the same rules apply. You're gonna need a 12 millimeter socket for this bolt to remove. Maybe you're gonna need a 10 or a 12 millimeter socket to remove this balance shaft, but basically all these tools should be perfectly fine to get the job done. The other parts that I got for the oil pump is the delete kit, and usually it's just these two things. You can buy the extended kit with the bearings, but since I already bought a set of bearings for the other build that I wasn't using it, I just used those. But basically you can reuse the same bearings that you got with the engine, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay, the next part. Looks like you don't have to remove the whole casing. You just have to install this into the fresh oil pump, and you flip it. You put it aside, and we're gonna start working on this. To remove this, sometimes you have like a special tool for this, but you can use like a flathead screwdriver, and you're gonna just keep hitting it in the right direction to undo it. And once you're done with that, we're gonna remove the bolt. We're gonna put the bolt in the other oil pump, and we are going to transfer this plate to the new one. Okay, now that this out, what we have to do is just remove this 12 millimeter bolt over here that's holding the whole shaft. Let's see if we have enough torque in this wrench. Now the next thing what I'm going to do is put a little Permatex on the thread, and I'm going to install into the other oil pump. So this is the one I got, because usually it's gonna be tight like a red, but if you still want to disassemble any of the parts, it's gonna be much easier for you to do it. There you go. Let's put it in there. So I'm gonna need something to hold it from the other side while I'm retorquing the bolt. And as you guessed, yes, I'm going to use a plier. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Nice. And now the cap. Just cleaning it a little bit. When you're reassembling your engine, you always want something clean when you're putting it back. So it's better if you clean everything before you assemble. It's not like super required, but it's advisable. Okay, since I managed to mess up a little bit one of the teeth, I was using a filer just to make sure that it's not gonna be an issue next time if I have to disassemble it. And also when I'm installing it back, it's not gonna be any high point. Gonna put a little thread locker on this thing too. And we're gonna install it back. And now, as you can see, I was using this to remove the plate, and I'm going to use the same bit to install it back. So when you're trying to remove it, you hit it from this direction. When you're installing it, you hit it from this direction down, clockwise. Okay. All right, and that's it. You just want to keep going until it doesn't want to go no more. And yeah, basically this is how you prep the oil pump. So now that we are done with this part, we have to work on this. First, we have to remove this gasket. And to do that, usually it's a flathead screwdriver is more than enough. Just go underneath and lift it. There you go. 2-second job. You're going to clean it. There is some tiny imperfection in the casting, but you don't have to worry about any of those. We're gonna grab this thing. We're gonna put a little of the Permatex. You don't have to go with the gray Permatex. You can just go online and use the gasket maker of your choice. I'm just using this. Make sure when you're picking up your gasket maker, it's gonna tolerate the oil. And this ultra gray one, it's good with oil, but you shouldn't use near gasoline. So this is why I picked this. Of course, you clean this well. Make sure that it's clean. You don't need a shit ton of gasket maker. Just make sure that you have plenty. And if you're asking which side is in, which side is out, this is how you're gonna install it. This is the inner, this is the outside. And so make sure for this part, the whole pump is gonna sit flush. It's not gonna move around because you might gonna need to tap it in. And to tap it in, it's better if you use, let's say, a mallet, or you can still use a hammer, but you have to be very, very careful. At least the hammer has a really flat surface. On the other side, the mallet doesn't really have that flat, but let's see. And if it's gonna fit. It doesn't fit, so I'm going to use the hammer. Okay, make sure that the whole thing sits flush. There you go. And this is all you have to do. This is basically all you have to do with your oil pump to do the balance shaft delete. If you already have the old pump like mine, and you already have the shafts inside, basically I already showed you how to remove this one. Removing this, it's probably much easier. You just have to remove the sprocket on the front. You're gonna have like a tiny sprocket. You have to remove that, especially with a power tool, maybe stronger than this. It's gonna do the job for you. So basically that's it. I just have to install the sprocket for the new pump. And yes, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I hope it was pretty helpful for you guys. I'll see you guys when I'm installing it into the engine. Alright guys, so here's a little update. I have to remove this cap because I managed to forget to put the O-ring. Don't forget to put the O-ring, otherwise it's gonna start leaking, and I think that was my problem with the other oil pump. So what I'm going to do, put the O-ring, and I'm going to put a little gasket maker around it, so hopefully it's gonna seal perfectly well, and I can finally finish with the oil pump. I'm gonna just clean it up a little bit. That's fine. Still, I'm gonna put a little tread sealer in this thing, and I'm going to install it with a big ass flathead screwdriver and a hammer, because I don't have the tool for it. After that, I'm going to install the sprocket, which, if you look closer, you have a little flat spot over here, and you have another flat spot over here. So make sure that it goes all the way down until it clicks. And when you are done with that, you should have a bolt that I can't find right now. Okay, so I told you that you position the sprocket onto the shaft, then you put the bolt, put some thread locker all over the bolts that I was installing. Also, you have the cap over here, or you're gonna put back the tensioner with the long bolt, or you just have to find a much smaller bolt, but you have to put something over here. You cannot leave it empty. Make sure to use a smaller bolt or the same bolt with the tensioner. All right. Okay, so now that is done, I'm going to install it onto the engine. After that, I'm going to put on the gasket over here, then installing the pickup tube, Then I'm going to install the metal piece, and I can finally put back the oil pan onto the bottom of the engine. And basically that's all the bottom end build. I'm keep posting the videos of the build when I'm putting together the whole engine. But basically this is the whole bottom end setup. And obviously I still have to super clean this one, install the rear main seal, and obviously install it onto the engine. But that's gonna be in the next video. I hope you guys this was informative, and you can apply it to your engine. If you're doing the Evo, this is the step-by-step instruction how to put it together, the oil pan, install it, and torque all the bolts to the spec. I wasn't torquing this bolt to the spec. I wasn't torquing this bolt to the spec because it's kind of too hard to reach or to hold the bolt without moving. So I was just using a power tool. Yeah, it's not the best idea, but what can I do about that? Okay, so next to installing it onto the engine.